Hello, everybody. I am going to be creating a video for you guys to be able to go through, so that way if you get a little behind in class whenever we're editing the photo backgrounds or anything that we're doing on Photopea, then you can come here and you can watch the video. So some of these things. So the purpose of this video is to show you guys how to go from an original photo and to delete the background and to take the person that's in the foreground and to place them on a new background, or to place them on a filled or a gradient filled background. The one that for this video that we're going to be focusing on is a person that's in a brand new background. The website that we use for this is Photopea.com. I'm going to edit that here really quick because this is the wrong website. And Photopea.com is it's very, very close to Photoshop, but it's free and you don't have to install anything onto your computer. It's all online, which means it doesn't really slow down your computer much, so it's great. So the first step that we're going to do is I am going to go to Photopea.com. So I'm going to open up a new window over here, a new tab, and I'm going to type in www.photopea.com and hit enter, and the website will pop up. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to choose which background image I want. You can choose one that's a template, which means it's already in Photopea, or you can choose anything that you have on your computer, or you can save an image from the internet to your computer. It's your choice, or you can take a picture and upload it. But to get the background image, you go to, if you're trying to get one that's in Photopea that's already created in there, you go to File, New, and you'll see the word templates, and it has a check in the box that says with symbols, and it's unchecked where it says with photo. If you click the box with photo, then you'll see pictures actually show up and not just writing and solid backgrounds. Right now, Photopea is a little bit slow, so it's taking some time for the photos to upload. So I might just go with the solid backgrounds, so we don't have to wait for it to upload. Normally it's pretty quick, but tonight I think there's a lot of people on the internet and it's going pretty slow. So I'm just going to choose any of these. But like I was saying, if you want an actual photo that's saved in these templates on Photopea, then you click with photo, unclick the with symbols, and you can even search for what you want. Like if I wanted a tunnel, I could type tunnel and put enter, and then a bunch of pictures of tunnels will pop up. And as they start uploading, you'll see some of them pop up here. But I am not going to do that. I'm going to do with symbols, just so that we don't have to wait on it. And I'm going to choose one with words, so that way you can see what to do if there's words on there and you don't want the words on there. But I also want one with something on it, so you can see. Okay, so once you choose the image, all I did was click on it. It automatically pops up on your screen. To the right, you have what are called the different layers of this template. You have your background, which is your solid color, which is this light green, and then you have a flower, which is this here, and then you have different text. I don't want anything except that solid background and the flower. So whatever I don't want, like if I don't want these words, I'm going to go up to that text and I'm going to hit backspace. And I'm going to go up to that other layer of text and I'm going to hit backspace, and then it'll get rid of it. And then all that I have left right now is my background and my flower. Okay, so I have my background image that I'm going to be placing my edited photo onto. So the next thing that I need to do is I'm going to have to open up the photo that I want to edit, that I want to get rid of the background of and place onto here. And another thing, when you look up here to the left, you'll see the file that you've created. And right now it's called template.psd, and that's this. This is your background image. So to open up a picture that I have on my computer that I'm going to be editing, I do File, Open. And I'm just going to search for one that I have in my digital arts class that we've been working on. And then you'll see it pop up. Okay. And if I go back over here up to the left, top left, if I click on that other picture again, you'll see the background pop up, and I can go back to the photo that I want to edit. Okay. So we do need to work on the photo that we need to get rid of the background of. What you want to show up is called your foreground. It's what's in front. And to get rid of the background, first we have to select the image that we want to keep. To do that, you use the object selection tool, which looks like a dashed square with a bean in the middle of it. So we're going to go over the object selection tool and click on it. And then you're just going to put a rectangle around the object that you're trying to keep. It doesn't have to be perfect. You do want to try to make sure that crosshairs, that plus is in the middle of your object, because the program reads it and it tries to grab as much of it as possible. So far I have not unclicked my mouse. I still have my mouse clicked down. And that's why you still see this line. As soon as I release my mouse, it's going to select my object. So I'm going to let go now. And you'll see that a dashed line was created around the object they think that I was trying to grab from this image. It's okay if it's not perfect. It's okay if it only was to grab a little tiny piece of it, because the next step is editing that and making the parts show up that we want to show up and deleting the parts that we don't want to show up. So after I've done that, you're going to go to the middle of the dashed lines, or to the center of it, and you're going to right click and go down to Refine Edge and left click that. Or if you don't know how to right click, you can go up to Select and then go down to Refine Edge and left click it, and then it will pop up like this. And you'll see on your left you have your original image was what they think you were trying to select, and on the right you have the edited image. When the checkered squares, the white and gray checkered squares, are your background that doesn't show up. In your top left, you have a white, a gray, and a black box. The white box is called your foreground. So if I were to click on it and I go to this original picture over here, the white box makes it so that things that didn't show up on the right that you want to show up will show up. So it adds to your picture. So for example, if there was the cone, or if there was another piece of Isaiah that I wanted, I would click on it and it's going to end up showing up in my picture. Or if it didn't, if it accidentally got rid of pieces of Isaiah that I wanted to have on there of the picture that I have here. The black button is your background. And what it does is erase anything that you don't want to show up. So if it didn't get it. Right now, my selection tool is pretty large. My brush is pretty large, this circle. So it would be really hard for me to edit the smaller parts. So I'm going to go up to this circle right here that's next to all those squares and click on it. And this is what allows you to change the size of your brush. I'm going to make it smaller so I can make it easier for me to do the editing. And then this other selection down here is the harshness, or how hard it is, your brush. I leave it at 100% hardness because then it makes the editing very crisp on the edges. If you lower it, it makes it kind of like a feathered look, or so it's not quite as hard of lines on the edges. But I am going to keep it at 100% hardness because I want the edges to be pretty crisp. I don't want it to look like it's kind of blurry on the edge. But if you are looking for kind of a look like that, then you could do that too. Okay, so I'm going to click off of this, just anywhere on the screen, and then I'm going to go to my black because I want to delete some of the stuff that I don't want to show up in the background, and I'm going to do this pretty quickly. When you are doing your edits, you want to take your time with them, because the better you edit and the closer you get, the better the image is going to look on your new background. If you don't edit very well, people are going to be able to tell that you just posted, or that you just edited a picture and pasted it onto a background image. So the more realistic you want it to look, and you just, I mean, the better you want your project to look, the better editing that you should do, and the more time you should spend on it. Okay, so I'm getting rid of a lot of the cement and stuff that I don't want. that the object selection tool had selected for me. But again, I'm just going to do this fairly quickly. I'm not going to take too much time on it because I want to get to the next step and show you what the next step is after you do your editing. Like I would get really close to these edges. There's a lot of the edges that I'm not getting very close on that I would detail and get close on because right now it's kind of like a fuzzy edge. I don't want a fuzzy edge. I see that a piece of Isaiah's finger is kind of missing. So I'm going to go to my white and click on it because I want his finger to show up in my pictures. Okay, and I'm going to leave it like that for right now. I don't want to have to go back, or I mean, I don't want to take, like I was saying, too much time on this, just so I can show you guys the next step. But do take your time on it. Okay, and then after you're done with your edits, and you think that you have everything that you want showing up or not showing up, just look at this picture and look at it pretty closely. You're gonna, it already has new layers selected, so you don't have to choose anything. You're just gonna click OK. And then you see your edited picture pop up on the page. So we want this edited picture to get put on our background. So from this edited picture, we're going to use the rectangle select tool, which is just like a dashed rectangle. You're going to click on that. And then you're going to select your image. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just want to make sure you get it because all of the background is not going to show up anyways. All of that dashed or all of the checkered white and gray is not going to show up. So I'm going to select it. You'll see that a dotted line gets put around it. And then I'm going to do edit, copy, or you can do Control C, which is the same thing, but you cannot right click on it. You have to go to edit, copy, or Control C. Okay, so I did edit, copy. I'm going to click off of it. And then I'm going to go to my background. And then I'm going to do edit, paste. Or you can also do Control V. But again, you can't right click. You have to do edit, paste, or Control V. Okay, so now I have Isaiah on there, my image that I just edited. And I don't like how large it is, and I kind of want to move him around a little bit. So in order to do that, you have to go to Edit, Free Transform. Edit, Free Transform. And then once I do that, it's going to allow me to not only move him around, but I can also make him larger or smaller depending on what I want to do. If you go up to the corners, to the edges, it lets you rotate the image also. So like if you want it to make him a little bit crooked or whatever you want to do, or maybe your image is a little crooked and you want to straighten it out. And then you can use that to do that. After you're done moving them around and doing whatever you want, you just hit enter and it'll get rid of that. If you say, oh, oops, I actually want to move them somewhere else, you can still go back up and go edit, free transform, and you can still continue to move them around and do whatever you want with the image. And just hit enter to get rid of it. Okay, and then whenever you're done, you're just going to go to File, Export As, and then you can save it as a JPEG, so JPG, and click it, and then you're just going to hit Save. This is the quality that it's going to save as. If you put a really high quality, so if I move this up from 70%, the image will show up better on my saved JPEG, but it'll also take up more space on your computer, so it's up to you. I'm just going to leave it as is. I'm going to hit Save. And then if you haven't already allowed Photopea to download things onto your computer, there's a pop-up that's going to show, and it's going to ask if you want to allow it or not, and you're going to say yes. I've already allowed it, so it didn't pop up on my computer. And at the bottom of my screen, you will see that my image that I just created was downloaded. So you'll find your files that you created in your downloads on your computer. All right, and that's all you have to do in order to put people onto new backgrounds. You could even edit another photo if you wanted to. Do File, Open, and open another picture that you want to edit, and then edit it, and then copy and paste it onto this one if you wanted to have more people to it also.